Hey, this is Andrew Brown from Exam Pro, and I'm going to try to answer all the questions you might have about the CCP, which is known as the Certified Cloud Practitioner, to determine whether it's the right certification for you. Okay, so the CCP is all about AWS foundational knowledge. So what that means is that it can show that you know how to poke around and you can use the AWS console and you know the general offerings from AWS. It's like a light version of the Solution Architect Associate, okay? But the CCP has some very unique offerings which no other certification on AWS has, which is they have a strong focus on billing and business-centric concepts. Okay, and that's why it's going to make a lot of sense why a lot of people who try to obtain the CCP are in sales and management, because it's going to give them that knowledge to help them inform VPs or CEOs the reasons why to use AWS. Okay. All right, so the next thing you're probably going to ask me is, what value does the CCP hold? Well, it's not a gilded title. It can help superficially increase your AWS certification count if that's something that some companies care about. But it's not recognized as an important certification for developers on resumes. So if you think by getting the CCP, it's going to help you get a job, it probably won't help too much. If you were a bootcamp grad, then it could be a good indicator that you're a little bit familiar with AWS. So it can be okay in that one circumstance, but generally for developers, it's not going to help you too much. All right, so maybe you're thinking so far, hey, Andrew, this doesn't sound that great. Why would I want to even bother getting this? And you might be thinking about skipping the CCP. But I'm going to tell you that is not what you should do. You should actually go get the CCP. And why is that? Well, it's for a totally different reason. It's because the CCP is going to help you build confidence, and it's a very easy win because it's the easy certification, because it's the most inexpensive certification. It's the perfect opportunity for you to get comfortable for when you actually go take a real exam, okay? So the other exams, the associates, and everything beyond that are very difficult, and you don't want that to be your first certification you go for, because you're gonna go to the exam center and you're gonna be very nervous or stressed out, or something's gonna go wrong. And so by taking the CCP and going to the test center, you're going to learn your test center and learn how you have to be on time and what the environment's gonna be like, okay? And that is the big value out of the CCP. So that's why I want you to go after it. And also, just some people, they should just prepare, because they might get overwhelmed once they start with the Solution Architect Associate. And so it is a very easy way to ease into the associate certifications. All right, so let's talk about study time. How much time do I have to put in to pass this exam? Now, if you are a developer, so you're already working in the industry, you can pass this in less than a week. If you're a bootcamp grad, I'd say about 15 hours. So we're talking about a week and a half of study. And if you're in sales and management, you probably don't have a lot of developer experience or with cloud infrastructure. So we're looking at 20 hours of study. But the thing is that you can, book this exam a week ahead and use this course, and you will pass, because it is a very easy certification and it's not a huge time requirement, okay? So that just gives you kind of an idea of the time you need to put in. All right, so when it comes time to take this exam, you're gonna have to go to Test Center, which is partnered with AWS, and there are two test center networks. We have PSI and Pearson VUE. Before, the only way you could take this exam, you had to go in person to a test center. But now that Pearson VUE is part of AWS, as in it's offering the exams through their network, Pearson VUE is known for their proctored exams. So what is a proctored exam? That's when you have someone who is supervising or monitoring your examination, and specifically for online, okay? So what that means is that you can sign up and schedule an online exam, and through a web camera, and if you would just take the exam and somebody would watch you to make sure that you're not cheating, okay? So now it's even easier to get AWS certified, because you can take this at the convenience of your own home. But I would strongly recommend that you take it at an in-person test center if there is one nearby, just because when you go for those harder certifications, they may not offer proctored exams. At this point, I recommend that you try to go to a test center. But if you just want to get AWS certified and you're really excited, definitely go take it online. All right, and now we just have some remaining questions here. So what does it cost to take this exam? It's $100 USD. It is the most inexpensive AWS certification. It's going to take 90 minutes. That's the time that you're allocated during the exam. It doesn't actually take that long. You could probably get it done in under an hour. Again, it's not a very hard certification, but I do recommend that when you go to the exam, you maximize all of your time and review your questions. Because it is a very good habit to get into when you take exams. There are 65 questions. The passing score is 70%. I think that actually is a hard number. With all the other exams, it's kind of a floating number, so it's never exactly that amount, but I'm pretty sure for the Cloud Practitioner, if you get over 70%, you are going to pass. Okay. And then when you get the certification, it's going to be valid for 3 years. So it's going to be with you for quite a long time. So there you go. Hopefully that answers all the questions you have about the Certified Cloud Practitioner.